Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? It's your boy Roar. We're here with a shorter Metal Across the World type video here. I've really just been excited to jump back into it because I found some great tracks. One who we've had here before, PINKNOISE, and then after that we have a group called Gate with a little like circle thing over the A, and then another recent track from Utsu-P, and then YEW is the last group, a sort of noise, like deathcore band, if I remember correctly. So I am super excited to get into this. I'm sorry that my internet's all trash right now. I don't know what the deal is, but we're keeping it low poly. And as always, you can go to the link in the description and support these people directly, which I would hope you do. But let's jump into it. PINKNOISE and Windwalker's Rain. So we got a little taste of what PINKNOISE is about with one of their previous songs. I assume it might be a similar vein here. Ugh. Huh. Okay, so they're talking about admitting that, hey, there's all these ways that I am not happy with where I am, happy with who I am. I need to change that, but I'm not exactly sure how. It's a great moment to at least even be aware of that. There's so many people who just aren't even aware that they need help with anything. I also love how this started off. Until the guitar kicked in, it sounded like any like kind of moody pop song, and his voice did an incredible on that. PINKNOISE's voice. I don't even know. I feel horrible saying this. I don't even know if they're male or female. I'm so sorry. I don't know anything about this artist. But anyway, please let me know in the comments with a light slap across the face for me, with not knowing that. Thank you. Let's go. Ooh. Nice shots from inside the car, too. So wanting to make that comparison of like, you know, there's all these ways that I have pressed myself into a situation that I'm not comfortable with, giving myself a sort of putting myself in a corner that I don't want to be in. Whatever we have to do to break out of that, that's what I want. Let it fall like the rain. I don't want to have this be my life situation. Woo! Who's this person? Oh, vocalist from Wind Wakers. Okay. Yeah, so I do, first of all, I love how we're sticking to the very kind of not pop side of things, but we're not getting into very much metal, but it still has such just it's got little whispers and shadows of guitar bits and drumming. You know, I just think it's very, very cool. I'm sure we might have a breakdown near the end, which would be really cool. But that also, as they are singing, very, like, their pronunciation is perfect. I can hear it so well when there are so many songs that as soon as it's like, I want to know myself and someone else you. And I'm like, what? So I really appreciate how they not only pronounced everything, but how it was also mixed in the studio. Very, very nice. Nice shots too on her eye, where it's like you could see a lot of emotion going on as she's looking. There we go. I was waiting for it. So we get the chorus redoing itself here. Ooh, okay, wait. We got to back that up. Listen to that. There was like in the background. What the? That was right there in my ear. Yo, that was crazy. I loved how, obviously we've been building this whole emotion for the last couple songs we've checked out from this group. There's all this emotion that's built, right? And then just like if we're recounting a situation like that, well, then we get to the last chorus and it's like, well, yeah, now I'm really mad. And there's all these things that I want to say. And then that's where you have that metal breakdown moment, which was cool for this too. They're saying, God help me, please just let me breathe. Like, I just feel like I'm constricted in all this stuff. And then we get back into the chorus. It's such a beautiful way of orchestrating it because... And I'll admit that I'm the same way. It's very easy to just get caught in verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. And there's no variety to it. So even being like, hey, first chorus, we're kind of feeling this way. Second chorus, we're kind of feeling this way. Well, no, we're really getting upset. And then we kind of have a little bit of a decrescendo with the last chorus. So I really, really appreciate that. It's very, very cool. So that little bit at the end, admittedly, I wasn't really hearing it clearly in the chorus, but saying, I think I'm addicted to all the pain, so let it fall down like the rain. It still is showing this back and forth, that being able to realize at least like, hey, I know this isn't working out. It's not balancing the way I would have expected. So that was really, really cool though. If you guys want me to check out the, that playlist right there, The Future is Pink, let me know. Sorry, it's super hot in here. I just have to get my jacket off. Golly, gee, willikers. Ow. And then I shocked myself. Wonderful. Anyway, that was really, really cool. I liked that. So then this is Gåte, I don't know. But it's Sunsinger featuring Maria Franz. Oh, great. We don't have any closed captions. That's okay. We're here to just listen to the music. I also don't know. Oh my gosh, my audio was so low. I'm so sorry, everybody. I didn't notice it till just now. Ooh, okay. Some kind of dubstep-y, like EDM sampling here. Ooh. Makes me think of like Igor. Very beautiful voice. Beautiful costumes. Ooh. I don't even know what instrument that is. So even though we're not getting like guitar, we're not getting these crazy drums and stuff. I mean, we have the hand drums and stuff, but it's not going into metal. I don't know why I assumed this was metal. It's my bad on that. But it still has a heaviness to it, and the instrumentation sounds very gent. It sounds very like it's in a very odd time signature, and the singing with its kind of warbling melody, it's just kind of it feels like smoke carried on the wind. It's not gonna oscillate the way you would expect. It's just going to do its thing, which I think is very, very cryptic and beautiful. If I were to assume what's going on here, because there was visuals of like likes and thumbs ups put across people's faces and stuff, they're all blind. You know, I feel like it's not too much to say that we're looking at how people can just be blinded to many things in life and only pay attention to just such a very select few thing that is not really beneficial for you in your life. So. And Maria's voice is amazing. Okay, drones, yep. Technology stuff, B-15 bomber. Oh, I love those instruments. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Wow, I am enamored by their singing. Interesting little symbols and stuff here. Woo! My gosh. Yeah, so Season of the Mist is the distribution group that I've been following for a while. So they really do care about having an innovative spectrum of artists and genres. That's very, very cool. Always exploring and developing new artists and bands. That's very, very cool. That's awesome. And then I guess, I missed that one thing. I guess they work with plenty of other groups as well, like Metal Blade Records, Nuclear Blast, stuff we've seen before. Napalm Records, very, very cool. I love that. I love that stuff. That is one of the most beautiful things about this whole medium. This was beautiful. I didn't even know what was being said, but I caught tension, and I feel like the imagery did a very good job painting that, hey, this is a war of attrition and a war of values being fought here, and people are being chosen to be awoken from it. And Beautiful stuff. Let's see what we got here. And I don't know who the featured artist is, but very, very, very excited for this as we do our buffering. There we go. Ooh. Oh, hold up. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, so before we go into the chorus here, my goodness, I love so much of the visuals with this type of group. As this person was ascending and she's very prayerful and everything, the kanji is stacking on top of itself until it topples, like it keeps going off a little bit. Very, very cool. If I know anything about religion and about religious frustrations, a lot of it has to do with just, maybe feeling like you're supposed to be something that you just don't feel like you can amount to, or you feel like, you're speaking as some sort of wayward deity that is trying to expect people to believe a certain way and things are falling apart. I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. I could be wrong. Didn't see any lyrics on this, but my goodness. Just so call me the one, but not number one. I feel what my immediate thought there was like any sort of what is it? Not monotheistic, but any belief system that believes in many gods, right? They might all ascribe to be the one to give you what you're looking for, but you're not the big god, So don't even ascribe to me to be this person, but I am one that can get you somewhere in life. Very, very interesting stuff. Now that looks like the lady from before, so I assume that she ascended and became an angel. Nice. Oh, I love that flow change. Interesting. I love the visuals here too, with the scale of right and wrong in front of her face, and she's got her eyes covered. There's that whole idea of justice is blind. You don't go in with presuppositions. You give everyone a fair shot. You give everyone the opportunity, right? So now it's being presented to this woman who I'm guessing is supposed to be an angel, someone who doles out justice, that kind of thing. So then we have this here where it's like, yes, I know justice is 6'7", okay? Just shut up. I knew someone was going to mention that at some point, all right? Come on, man. We're trying to focus here. Pay attention. Anyway, very, very interesting. I'm really, really enjoying this because it definitely comes from a position where we don't seem very happy. We don't seem very like, oh, this is great. It's more like, oh, I'm the next one. Okay, this is my job. This is my expectation. Just woof. Oh. Woo. Hold up. What do we got going on here? Hold on a second. That looks like the angel or whatever that is. That looks like the person is either bent over the altar or they're being like cradled by the angel. Because the angel looks like they're turning this way, so then the body is being held like this. Oh, that we gotta go back. We gotta go back. That moment where she finally opens her hands and the angel just goes boom, and it's red. It's dark outside. It's red. It's I mean, yes, it's you're not gonna really get that much red light out there, but we all know that that's indicative of darkness, of anger, of evil in a lot of ways. So for her to just be so penitent and everything, and then finally opens her hands and boom, the wings are extended. Like, oh my gosh, that's so horrible, but really cool. Oh, maybe she's basically saying, call me the one, not number one. I am but a messenger. I am the one who's going to be bringing about this creation, but I am not the one. Oh, that's even spookier. I don't like that. I mean, it's technically what the Apostle John said when he said, there will be another that comes after me who I am not even willing to, or not even worthy to untie his sandals. But this is spooky, okay? I love that little break. Oh. I thought she was like ripped apart. Wait. So they're holding a chain. This is wrapped around someone's neck. That's the body right here, isn't it? And she's got like the sword like right there. Like they got it around the neck and they got the sword like ready to go. Oh, unless it is that lady was being the sacrifice. That's even worse. Yeah, that's her nose right there, and that's her hair, isn't it? They called me number one. Huh. Wait. What? You can't just throw that out there. You can't just... Fucking goddamn it. Move back a little bit, stupid keyboard. I was never first to anyone. Oh, okay. I'm going to make an assumption. This was that lady. She felt like she had no connection to anything. And there's a lot of ways that a lot of cults and a lot of things like that can really be tempting when you say, hey, you feel alone? You feel like you don't have anyone? Come to us. Join us. Then you'll feel like family or whatever. Ooh, my goodness. That was incredible. Absolutely loved that. Well, now we're moving right along to YEW, the serpent. Very excited for this. I happened to see this just yesterday and was just kind of browsing around, and I was like, I think I'm going to have to make a video about this or have it be part of a video, you know? Yeah, all right. So viewer discretion, folks, if you have any epileptic issues. Nice little jagged logo. You love to see that. I love these kind of videos. Just feels like it's so like you made it out in the woods outside your house, you know? I love the noise coming in right there. it comes to the cul-de-sac, okay. Oh, the way I'm hearing so much dissonance, but then a piano chord. Oh, dude, that whole section, before there was any vocals on it or anything, the fact that reverberating piano cut through, dun, 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 dun. That's spooky as hell, because you have this very caustic, it sounded like the cymbals, like hi-hats being open and just beating the snot out of just this very caustic sound. And the bass, we could see what the bass was doing. I assume there was just a lot of reverb and not processing, but a lot of distortion on it, because it's just, it's just continually adding to the causticness. But then you have this one piano note over the top of it. That's just so spooky. I have never heard that before. I really, really like that. Wow. Okay, so what I'm hearing here is a lot of feedback in the guitar, like just kind of fiddling with stuff, having feedback happen, right? Then we have this I can hear the beat, at least for this first part. But then on top of that, we still have the piano that is somehow able to stand out amongst everything else. It's so crazy. They're adding so many layers to this. I know that's a facet with a lot of noise music, but I normally hear a lot of noise music that just has no variety to it. You know what I mean? Nothing is distinct about it. Oh wait, that's a guitar. Never mind. Why did I think it was a bass? My bad. Incredible. Sorry, real quick. We want to get into Diabolic Inspiration. I am enamored with guitarists. There's something about guitarists that I think are some of the most talented people out there. I've never been able to play the guitar. I tried. I'm a lot better at the gross motor skills that it takes to play the drums. That's it. I love how we're strumming the notes and then we're jumping to another note and we just know which note to hit. You just know your fretboard well enough. You just know the strings well enough. You can jump all over the place and you're not going to be missing all these notes. I can't get enough of that. It's so cool to watch. Okay, so we're going to get what sounds like a much more acoustic sounding sound with the guitar here in a little bit. But in terms of the vocals there, we talked about devotion and being a sacrifice for those things, having to fill out your time for the deviations, the ways that you went awry. I don't feel like it's a frustration about religion. It's making like a metaphor of your own penance in life. That might be a little bit tongue-in-cheek about religion, but it feels very almost like we're just using the same verbiage frequently used in a lot of religious stuff about oppression and serving the sentence of what you've done in life, making up for that. But it doesn't sound like it's insulting religion. It sounds like it's more just using that verbiage to discuss, this is what I feel like I'm going through. Ugh. There's some verbiage here that's very, very interesting. There was no redeem was a line they had earlier, which is interesting because I've never heard it used that way. It's my time to teach you about a lack. Not a lack of something, but a lack. That's very interesting. I almost was thinking for a second if maybe this wasn't not like native English, but like if we're just using Old English, right? Or something like that. It's just very interesting, some of the grammatical avenues that they're going. I do really like how basically they have all these filters over the video, but it's these guys just doing the vocals, and the camera is just kind of panning back and forth a little bit, but that's pretty much it. I think that's really, really cool. It just, for me, it just gives so much more color to the face and the body performance of these vocalists, right? In terms of what they're talking about with the vocals, it sounds like we're just basically saying, hey, you know, this is what you assigned me to do. You put me in this limbo. These are the consequences that I'm struggling with. Well, now it's going to be your turn. We're going to flip it. You're going to have these consequences. You're going to have to, you know, atone for what you did in life. You know, whether or not that's talking about gods or whether that's talking about another person, it's a very old mentality of you have to pay for what you did, that kind of thing. Huh. The strength of pure weakness, huh? Oh, okay, we are talking about God. Huh. Okay, there we go. So I get what they're talking about here. The assumption that God is dead, and because God was an absolute about good and wrong, good and bad, right and wrong, evil, that kind of thing. Since there is no more standard to really clearly define what is good and what is bad, well, now it's just going to be a matter of who is going to be able to get up over everybody else in their own life. Well, look who's laughing now. You're going to be the one in limbo. You are going to have to learn about this, that, and the third, because there is no God now. Now it's just us. Even though there is no us, there's no connection. There's no reason for me to care about you. This is about me getting what I think I am owed out of life and that sort of thing. If I'm reading that correctly. Very emotional with that, I will say. Beautiful little area in the middle of nowhere. Ooh, nice little sort of gent beat there on the drums. So we get kind of back to this noise sound here. Is that a Catholic church? Yeah, it must be. Oh, no, it's not? Okay. Ooh. Dude, when he said, what he's like, I don't know why it's not clear to me if they're mocking religion or if they are genuinely pouring themselves out to God. Take me to your pearly gates. The way they're just vibrating with emotion there was crazy. And then when they said God, it didn't sound like there was much distortion. It was just like, God. That's what it sounded like. Dude. Either way, I personally think, as a Bible-believing Christian, regardless of whether or not I'm too stupid to understand what the point of this song was, I'm so sorry. Great way to end this, I know. But there is something almost just as rich to me of someone struggling with the concept of God, struggling with frustration, struggling with where life has gotten to them, and they don't know if they believe or not. I think there's something just as beautiful about that frustration being put into a song as there is something like August Burns Red, with their song, I think it was 11th Trumpet, when he said, be my strength, my voice, my glory, set me free. I am just a man with no heart and sinful hands. Lord, show me the way. Let my words be your words and my thoughts be your thoughts. And there was so much screaming in that song as well. It's just, I think any sort of expression put in this fashion, even if these guys are mocking religion or if they're not, I don't know. It's still very, very powerful. That's all I'm getting at. Huh. Shall be penance hours. It seems like, because that wasn't any scripture I'm aware of, even King James stuff. I wonder if this is a different text. My spirit thou art surely crushed. So, Old English style at least. In angst you wept, are by it lashed. You fed unsatiated maws. They stench with crude anathemas. Wow. But that's the interesting thing with some of this verbiage. They stench with crude whatever, instead of they smell or they have a stench of crude anathemas or whatever. Very interesting stuff, because I feel like that was some of the same verbiage used in the song here. And multitudes of those like you fed on alluring serpent's fruit. I mean, that's at least something related to the Bible. So there shall be penance ours. We bear shame for what we've done. That must be like, shall be the moon and sun. Very, very interesting stuff. I want to see what's left here. Okay. Very, very cool. Everyone did an amazing job. Whoop. What did I click into? Oh, we have another track here. But that's the end of this video. Yeah, please go to the links in the description. Support these bands if you enjoyed what they had to say. That's really all I gotta say about that. Thanks for watching, guys.